Hey guys, it's Marielle. Welcome back to my channel, Friday Night Lights Review, where we do reviews, reactions to TV shows, movies, and other digital content. First, I would like to apologize that I did not upload a video on Friday. I was under the weather. I am better now. I am back, and this is what, we get in here. So you know what I'm gonna ask you guys, so go ahead and please like, comment, and subscribe to your girl's channel. Become a part of the Friday Night Lights Review family. And also my new goal, let's just get us to 100 subscribers. I know we can do it, so let's get it going. So today we're going to be discussing episode 5, The Moment of Truth of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that you can view on Disney Plus. Now, this episode was so flippin' good. I know I say it in every review that we do with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier about Marvel, but I have to applaud and hands up, down, or whatever you want to say, to Marvel. I mean, the content that they're spewing out, which I don't mean spew like in a bad way, but what they're pushing out is so good. I know I said it before, every time I watch a new episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it does not feel like a miniseries. It feels like we're getting to watch a movie, a regular Marvel movie, every time a new episode comes out. And I am overwhelmed, stunned. It's just crazy how well put together this miniseries is. And I hate the fact that we're only down to one episode. That saddens me. So today is going to be more like a reaction with some positives and reviews and stuff like that, because it was great. The episode was great. So if you guys enjoyed this episode and you are just like me, dreading the last episode that comes out this Friday, tell me, let's share our feelings together, right? Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Let's just talk about it. And before I go any further, please follow me on my other social media accounts. The links will be in the description bar below. Also, if you did miss my review and reaction to my last review of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I will leave that link in the description bar as well. And so let's just continue on, shall we? So, the fact that, okay, I'm sorry. Let me get my bearings, okay? So let's just talk about all the episodes previous, very short recap, right? So we know Sam necessarily didn't give the shield away, but he just didn't take it. He didn't do what Steve Rogers said he felt that he was ready for. And then we got John Walker, who became the new Captain America, and then we have Lamar, who was his sidekick, or his name would be Battlestar, right? That was the first episode. The second episode, we see Bucky and Sam come together. They break Zemo out of jail. His sister pretty much is trying to hold on to their family boat in New Orleans. Also, they got Torres, the guy who's kind of like Sam's inside guy about what's going on, how to keep track of John Walker and the government and everything like that. And then the last episode, I knew it was going to happen, guys. We all knew it was going to happen, right? Battlestar Lamar, he died in the last episode by the hands of Kaale. She, with her super soldier shit, kicked this man into a damn concrete pillar. That was it. Also, we do come to the conclusion, I think everybody has come to the conclusion, I know I have, that Sharon is the power broker. We also saw how the Dora Milaje kicked ass. That's all I'm going to leave there, because they're beautiful, strong, kicking ass. I mean, what else can you ask for? We also see the emotions that ran through Bucky and Sam when they had to fight John Walker for the shield, where he just got this crazed look in his face, and now that's like his go-to, like a video game, his go-to move is to take the shield and freaking decapitate people, which he tried to do to Sam, what he tried to do to Bucky. And we do realize that I think it's happened. I don't know if they're gonna confirm it in the next episode that John Walker did take the super soldier serum, like I thought he. My glasses are crooked. Sorry. Which I thought that he was gonna do, because he just felt so inferior. We know that because he was saddened, which I don't understand. I mean, these is Wakandans, like they about that life. That he got whooped. And they wasn't super soldiers. And at that point, I would have thought maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he would have thought like, okay, if they don't need it, I don't need it. We don't need it. Bucky don't count. It was already said and done. So that's pretty much the recap, right? So let me just give a huge shout out to Marvel, everybody over there, Kevin Feige, everybody. The fact that each episode thus far has talked about racism, about race, pretty much like the current climate, what's going on today, that we saw in that one episode when the cops was about to arrest and who God knows what to Sam, and so Bucky made them realize he was the Falcon. I take my hat off to Marvel, because a lot of people just try to brush it under the rug, and they think, okay, this is supposed to be a show, a movie, whatever. It's to get people outside of not looking at what's going on, give us some time to take us out of our current reality, right? But I appreciate and commend and just applaud Disney and Marvel, because they did it in a way where it wasn't like this push in your face, like, yes, we got to keep dealing with this. Yes, black people are still being treated like crap, especially black men, not even especially black men and black women, period. We're getting the shaft. But they did it in a way that we can see that they see us, and then it also helped us come out of something so positive and so monumental and so amazing, that it does not shy away from it, but it also doesn't make it this huge dark cloud over us, right? That's what I'm trying to say. And I think that they should be proud of themselves, and I think Anthony Mackie should be proud of himself, and the whole cast. I think everybody should be proud that they put their fingerprints, their feet in the paint of this project. And I just needed to get that off my chest. I hope that these children, which are really adults, have stopped sending Wyatt Russell these death threats, because clearly, like we said before, he is not John Walker. He's not Captain America. These fictional characters. Okay? So, beside that, I mean, from the opening, they don't, the recipe, what they do is just so freaking amazing, right? Soon as the credits is open, it's like, boom, we're right in there. It doesn't take no time to get through it. They don't drag us along. It's like, it's the perfect amount of surprise, but suspense, nail biting from the first time the episode starts until it ends. And I do appreciate Marvel for keep doing what they always do in their movies, where if you wait until the credits go off, you see a little something to lead you to the next episode, lead you to the next movie. And I greatly appreciate that, Marvel. Thanks for keep doing that. So let's talk about the scene with Sam and Isaiah, where he went back after the whole world saw that John Walker decapitated this guy who was defenseless, and they went and was like, okay, we seriously have to get this shield from him. He's putting shame to the shield. He's already shamed the name Captain America because of what he's done, and we can even minus the fact that we all know when Steve Rogers, Captain America, was fighting the guy in I believe it's Civil War, and Wanda kind of like ends up killing some people in the building or whatever, and Captain America was shamed, but it wasn't done on purpose. It was done in the sense of trying to protect people, and collateral damage happened, and that's not an excuse, but he wasn't fucking crazy, right? So they take the shield from John Walker, and we see Bucky and Sam go their separate ways again, because they're all super duper in their feelings. And I understand it, because that shield represents so much specifically to them and to the world, but I don't think they were even thinking about the world. I think they were thinking about each other. individually. So when he goes to see Isaiah with the shield, which was a huge, huge thing, and like the center of what Sam's feelings were about not being the next Captain America, right? We learned that in the second episode when the little boy said, hey, it's the Black Falcon. And Sam was like, no, it's just a Falcon. And we knew right then and there that was probably one of the hugest reasons why he did not take on the shield, because he didn't want to be called the Black Captain America. It just would have been nice if he was just called Captain America, right? So sitting there talking to Isaiah and finding out that he was so proud with the Red Tails, and we all know that story with the Red Tails. It's not a Marvel thing. It's a history thing. If you don't know about it, you should look it up. They were amazing. But within that, the Tuskegee experiment came out. They told everybody they were trying to make super soldiers and all this other stuff, and they ended up giving them syphilis and people were dying. And then basically what the super soldier serum reactions was very similar to the Tuskegee experiment. So when Isaiah was like, they let everybody go, I thought I was doing the right thing. And then when we saw all these different guys dying, and then he took all these other people, I felt like I had to do what was right and go get them. And then what was my reward for that? I was hunted down like a dog. I was in prison. And he showed this scar where they experimented on him. They kept taking his blood. And because a nurse had pity on him, she registered him as being dead. Not only did they steal his humanity, his dignity, his pride, everything, they also made him believe that his love of his life no longer wanted anything to do with him. And they told her that he was dead and everything like that. And they kept these letters from him. And the way Sam's face was so genuine. You know, like, you want to be proud of being an Avenger. You want to be proud of being the Falcon. You want to be proud of being Steve Rogers' predecessor, right? But then when you sit there and you say the climate of this country, they don't see this man. They don't see a man. They see color. They think aggression. They think lazy. They think drug dealer, welfare, and all this other stuff. And Isaiah was basically saying, like, they proved that, and it's still happening in America. You know, black people can't stand behind this shield and stand behind Captain America. And like Sam said, well, you know, Steve didn't do this. He didn't do that. And basically at the end of the day, when you're so beat down because of the color of your skin, everyone's to blame. Everybody, right? Basically what John Walker did to the guy. He knew Kaale was the one that killed Lamar, but he's like, you're part of this group, so everybody can get it. And that's basically what Isaiah was saying. Like, you may sit there in front, basically low-key saying you can shuck and jive behind that shield all you want, but Steve is just another blue-eyed, blonde-haired man that did me wrong and keeps doing our people wrong. So black people can't stand behind you if you're going to stand behind that shield. And that was horrible. That was a tough thing to swallow for Sam. And at that moment, you think, okay, he'll give it to Bucky or whoever. He's like, fuck it, I don't want to have shit to do with this because I'm a black man who's still getting treated like shit. How can I, as a black man, really hold on to the shield and its values of what Steve Rogers have put behind it and on it, and still be proud to be black and still say that black people should stand behind him, that he is for someone who's for change and for safety and for justice, right? So kudos to that scene. That scene was definitely an emotional scene. It was definitely something that people need to see. It was an amazing scene. I congratulate them because I know a lot of people could have felt like it could have went another way, and they probably thought it was going to go another way, like an argument or whatever. And I liked how everybody said their piece, you know? And then here comes the next scene that I thought was crazy, right? Where John Walker basically court-martialed and had to stand in front of everybody in the government. And okay, let's just make this side note, right? I I get where John Walker was coming from, where he was like, y'all are saying that I'm this horrible person. I did something. I basically spit on the flag. I disgraced America. I disgraced the shield. But you guys created me. You created this soldier. I did everything you told me to. Everything and anything without question. And then now, because of one moment of weakness, which I'm just saying, John Walker, that's a fucking huge era of your weakness, right? It was on TV. We live in a time where everything is videotaped by social media. Movies don't gotta show this to us. We know this to be true. You're living in this world. You know it's true too, John Walker. So you should have. But then again, what do you say? I get it. He made a huge error in judgment because of an emotional thing that happened. His best friend, his brother in arms, his brother, period, was killed in front of him. So I get that part of John Walker, and I even agree with it to a point. I cannot agree to where you came down on that man 2 times, but you just kept fucking going, bro. So at one point, yeah, it's revenge. It's out of a moment of a huge emotional thing, a crime of passion, as you would call it. But where is your remorse that it was done in the way it was? You know what I mean? Like, where it's to the point where he convinced himself that Carly didn't, that they all did it. And that's just wrong, right? But I'm telling you, it just brings me back to that meme where it had John Walker's face and it says, I just want to be a good soldier. And then it has Steve Rogers' face is, I just want to be a good man, right? So we clearly know the difference. We're not saying that he's not strong enough to be Captain America. We're not saying that he doesn't have this skill, because clearly he can wield the shield so well. But what we're saying is the same thing that was said why Red Skull became Red Skull, because he was like John Walker. You want the power. You want people to say, oh shit, don't fuck with him. This dude will take your ass out. He's not saying, I want to see people see justice. Healing, as we can say, like healing the land from all these criminals or whatever. You don't see that when you look at him, right? And then those eyes, guys. Come on, tell me about these eyes. The eyes were fucking wild. Like that tilt, crazy, no life in those eyes. And he just kept saying it. He just kept saying, I'm right, they're wrong, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right. And you need to give the shield back. Now, why? Now we know that he's crazy and he's on some vigilante mode right now. And then here comes this lady in black. I didn't really like it. I mean, her introduction was cool, but the delivery wasn't. She didn't make a lasting impression to me where I'm like, yo, I want to know who she is, right? We all know she's somebody. We all know this is probably how John Walker goes from John Walker, Captain America, to Agent 1, right? We're pretty sure we're on this ride, right? To knowing that he's going to become Agent 1. This is his development. He's still holding on to the fact that he did the right thing. You did not do the right thing. So let's move on to where Bucky finds Zemo. And Zemo was like, look, I know what y'all was trying to do and blah, 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 but there's only one end game for Carly. She has to die because you put her somewhere else, she's going to get followers. You try to bury her down, she's going to come back up, and she needs to be taken out. And in some form, I think Bucky knows that. But he don't want to be this guy. He don't want to be John Walker. He don't want to be the Winter Soldier anymore. He wants to be Bucky Barnes, the White Wolf, someone who breathes in and only does what he needs to do because there was no other choice. Like it had to be, it's either be killed or kill, and then you choose yourself, right? That's where his thought process is. And when the Dora Milaje came and Zemo was scared because he saw what they did to all of them when they was fighting. And I like the fact that they didn't say, we about to kill this man. But they're not. They're gonna probably fucking bury him under the ground or whatever, where they said he's gonna live out the rest of his days contemplating and dealing with the fact these choices that he made by killing King T'Chaka and setting off this whole spiral shit. Another scene that I thought was super emotional and amazing was when John Walker ripped Sam's wings off, right? And he just looked at him like, what the fuck just happened? And then where Taurus got the wings and that face that Sam had about like, what is this all for? What did I create? Because now he's feeling guilty. He's feeling that conviction. Like, I created John Walker. So can I be mad at him? Because if I never handed over the shields, he would not have been created. Right? This man, I think he feels bad for what happened to John. I really do think that he's like, man, if I just kept it, if I did what Steve believed that I could do, maybe this guy wouldn't have never taken the super soldier serum. He wouldn't be who he is. And he feels super bad about it, where he just kind of like throws his hands up and was like, look, I'm done. He does take the shield, and I'm very happy that he does. And he goes to New Orleans, obviously to protect his sister, because we know Carly's still out there, and we know she said she was coming for this dude. And that was just a great scene, right? Where you see the conviction, the guilt in someone's face, but at the same time, it's like this internal battle that they show us for Sam, for Bucky, and even for John Walker, like this internal battle. But I think John Walker is so selfish, where he won't even allow his moral compass to come up to where he can be a good soldier and a good man, where he knows right from wrong, where if his bosses say this is right and you know in your heart that it's wrong, you turn the other way. You do the opposite. You figure out a way to de-escalate the situation to where everybody is fairly treated, right? And clearly he has that. We know he has that because he was a soldier and he has feelings and he wanted to do more to protect his fellow brothers in arms. But I think he's so overrun with wanting to be better than Steve Rogers, want to be the one that everybody looks to and everybody says, I want to be like, you know, and that's overtaken him, which I think with or without the super soldier serum, I think he would have gotten here, right? So we know that he's taken it, and these things are changing him to the point where he doesn't see Sam and Bucky as allies. He sees them as he sees them just like flag smashers. They're just a means to an end. I have to eliminate them. So let's talk about the brighter side of this episode, when Bucky goes to New Orleans and helps Sam, you know, the guys and everything, take the stuff off the boat and everything like that. And Bucky out here flirting with Zara. Like, hey, I'm Bucky. What's your name? You know, and I mean, how could you not like Kiki over Bucky? Like, he's so cute. But anyway, so that was a brighter side. I like that they had that heart to heart where Bucky could keep saying, you know, Steve gave it to you. But I know it was super selfish of me and both of us, not Steve, not me, realizing what this means for a black man, what this shield means for a black man, what this whole definition of who Captain America is, what it means to be a black man. And I love that. It sounded sincere. The scripting didn't sound like, let's throw this in here and throw these people a bone or whatever. It sounded so sincere. It was from the heart. And I like that they both opened up to each other. Like when Sam asks Bucky, you still having the nightmares? And he's like, every day. And it's like, you can't make yourself suffer to think that this is going to be something better. You have to realize that you have to make amends. Pick one person, start there, say sorry, be of service, you know, instead of, because sorries are nothing, you know, at the end of the day, yes, it is something to say, but when you do something so horrible, yes, a sorry is appreciated, but it can't heal me. It can't make me not feel angry anymore. It can't stop me from crying. a service needs to be rendered, whether it's just sit there, let me be mad at you, let me curse at you, let me hit you, whatever it is, right? And I thought that was amazing. The whole scene, what I really loved about this was that, in the trailer for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they literally showed us bits and pieces of every single episode in the trailer. So you're sitting there with this anticipation. We're going to see Sam flipping and all this other shit, catching the shield and being about that life. And then we're going to see this and we're going to see that. Yo, Marvel, y'all are dope, because you gave us everything, but you gave us nothing at the same time. And that shit is fucking awesome. So the ending scene where Bucky goes and to whoever he's going to choose, which I really think is going to be the Asian guy that he always helps out. And Sam is about that life. You know what I mean? Like, I can't wait for episode 6 because I want to see how fly these wings are. If they're wings at all. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like, I cannot wait to see what's in the box. Because I gotta see what's in the box. You feel me? So overall, 5 out of 5 stars. This episode was fucking insane. It was so dope. It touched on so many different things. I mean, even with Carly, we know the movement is what her thought process for the movement we understand, especially as minorities, correct? Right. But the way she's going about it. And then she gets the guy that Sam shut down in the very first episode, who wants to get revenge. He wants to kill Sam, and Carly's like, look, we're gonna kill him because if he's behind John Walker, we gotta kill everybody. But you notice how they don't ever say Bucky, right? But that's neither here or there. So 5 out of 5 stars, because they touched on so many different current issues right now, with healthcare, with racism, with the lack of anything to help people. You sit there and you gave this whole world everything when the blip happened, and then you take it from them after everybody comes back. Like, that's not right. They touched on everything, because that does happen to us in reality. So 5 out of 5 stars. I know I keep saying it, but the episode was dope as hell. I loved all the messages that was sent, all the messages that came across and landed so great. The cinematography, the scripting, the dialogue, the interaction, the chemistry with each and every character is well put together. So if you guys have not watched any of the Falcon and the Winter Soldiers, I don't know what's going on with you. Y'all need to go ahead and get this Disney Plus. Go ahead and watch these episodes, because when I tell you each episode is like a movie, go watch it. Go watch these shows. Check out the other reviews and reactions from episode 1 to episode 5. I mean, it's definitely a worth watch. Marvel is definitely doing their thing. I cannot wait to see what's next for them. As far as the television series, I think the Hawkeye and Loki is coming next, and then they have 2 other movies. I think one of them being the Black Widow, and another one. So Marvel is out here just letting us know that they're not going anywhere. This is just proof to why they are the way they are, and why they sell and make the type of money and the views that they have, right? So that is the end for me, guys. There was no positives, no negatives. It was just purely breakdowns of each scenes, because they all meant something. They were all done so well. And I will see you guys on Friday, where I'm going to be reviewing the new Mortal Kombat that premieres on HBO Max this Friday. Check it out. I'm so hyped. I played the video games as a kid, as a teen, now. So, you guys, I love you. Help me get to this 100 subscribers. You guys, be good, be courageous, stay safe, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye.